Good morning. How are you? This is your message for November 12th through the 13th. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Apologize for the readings not coming out at 4:15 a.m. anymore. It was like immediately as I said that, it couldn't be possible anymore. It was weird. Then the Mercury retrograde happened, and we're the second day into it now. Or the third day into it, and it's kind of just... Ugh. But we have to remember and stay focused on the universe is doing this for our highest and best good. Everything is just falling into place as it's falling apart. It's all just a memory. It's all just a memory. We're just learning so much. Yeah. Thanks, universe. Let's find out more here. We have the Pulp Tarot for you today. The Power to Surrender cards, which is coming in so handy right now. It's very interesting what it's telling me. And then the overall energy from the Wisdom of the Oracle. The cards are shuffled already from a pre-shuffle I have done already. For whatever reason, you need to see all of that. And let's get started. One card is for the deck, thank you. This is for any zodiac sign. This is a daily message. Do check your weeklies, monthlies as well. You find that on my channel page. Anything else, check the description box below. I am splitting the deck now. And we're going to find out what your message is today. Seven of Wands. Big communication. There are 6 wands being pointed at this man. And there is 1 wand in his hand. There's a woman attached to his leg. She kind of looks really scared. It's hard to see from here, and it will be hard to see from there. Kind of has like an Indiana Jones vibe to it. Lots of rocks everywhere. This picture kind of looks like there would be like a tribes people around from an adventure. He might be an explorer type, and they've encountered each other, and this man is defending himself. Usually this card is about having a lot that needs to be said, and so this person could be saying a lot, and the people that are pointing the wands are actually like expecting to be hearing certain things. So we have the Emperor is in reverse. It's like completely selfish. Okay. Justice in reverse. Unfair. Completely unfair. So someone's really opening up about this because it's been on their mind for a while now. And it isn't fair. It's literally what the Justice in reverse is. There may be a situation that may arise because of this. Let's see, we got Libra, Aries energy here. Nine of Cups is in reverse. Having nothing to show for it. This would also be like a little bit of a nightmare. Three of Pentacles, collaboration. Someone's planning, scheming for whatever reason. Why is that coming out of the Three of Pentacles? That would be very like Seven of Swords. But it looks like there's blueprints here. There's particular goals. Normally this is a card where they're trying to build things, but there's a gun on the table for whatever reason. A GUN? I'm not sure what that's about here in this picture. Kind of looks like Oh, look, there's the blueprints say bank. So this is kind of like a theft movie? A robbery movie? Ew, that is a nightmare. Why would someone do that? Well, I guess if it's a bank, they're obviously feeling like they need to search for something that they don't have. And strength. So someone's really trying to stay calm with this and or balanced with this, even though this completely threw them off. Justice in reverse, complete imbalance. So this is, after this moment, is understanding and realizing why that's completely unacceptable and why someone is standing their ground on this. Temperance in reverse. For future energy, Four of Cups energy, there's... Interesting. Let's see what more. Ooh, Tower card. Okay. So now there's sulking. Someone was in the wrong for sure here. The realization of the negative energy of like, why did it need to escalate to that? Why was there shots fired taken back? Why was there childish energy? Like, this person's just not willing to accept it. This person is numb. They have dissociated. They can't, they got debilitating, maybe anxiety. Tell me more about the Four of Cups. King of Swords in reverse. The Ten of Pentacles on the bottom. So this is dreams come true. But at the same time, with the King of Swords in reverse with the Four of Cups, is someone who's actually, like, running away. Could be thinking of a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We do have Libra, Aries, Leo here. Sagittarius energy. So this is also triangulation energy too. Do you see a triangle in the center of the reading? I see Seven of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Tower. It's like the communication between people to collaborate has shown another person with the realization of all that you feel has gone on in terms of selfish energy. Someone who's only really thinking about themselves and not thinking about the livelihood and what it's like for other people around them. So it's kind of like, if you want to live in your own shit, you can do that. But think about everybody else around you in terms of how that impacts them. It's kind of like when a homeless person pulls up to some like really fancy place and like starts making their little encampment, and then people have to come by and like tear it down, and it's like, oh man. But it's just one of those things where it's like, you just can't do that. You just can't. So let's see. I just feel that someone has really impacted you greatly, and the realization around it is that you don't have to accept that. You do not have to make others comfortable because of your standards. You do not have to lower your standards to make them feel good. No. If anything, standards should be raised. So then what's the overall energy of this message? Page of Pentacles, staying just completely focused on what it is that you're needing to remain focused on at this particular time. This is the beginning of a foundation that is going to grow. And you spend so much time putting in investment into yourself. Tilling your fields. Working your soils. Leading with your heart. Working through your shadow. Doing your therapy. And it's not that you do therapy maybe you don't, maybe this is something you'd like to start, but it's kind of like you don't do it reluctantly. So you're actually willing. That's the coolest part about it. Excuse me. Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. Wow, you're learning a lot. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're going through it fast with this therapy energy, with what is your remaining focus on, tilling your soils, your fields, not letting all this stuff bother you either. That's what the Strength card is about, is remaining unbothered. But the Tower card is also, there's something being given to you or something, and you're not really willing to accept it. And the thing that might be given to you or to them, or however this is resonating for you, is a chance, an opportunity. There's something with this Temperance card, though. Like, normally it's a card of impatience. Doesn't necessarily make sense in this particular situation. Find out more here. Tell me more about the Four of Cups. The King of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Wands in reverse. Oh, it's just negative energy. Like, what you're being given, and it's not like they're offering that to you. What they're doing, it's different. This is like, oh, there's another card here. Six of Swords is in reverse. It's also off the table, though. So it's like you're not able to move on from it. With this Tower card, though, is like you're going to be going completely cold with this. Like, it's like, oh, well, you're not here to make them comfortable, so why, you don't need to be their energy. Like, this would be like having a baby daddy that's still living in the same house, and they have to find a new place or something because like they decided to do that particular action that was really unthinkable and extremely wrong. And it's just like, they're resisting the acceptance of the negativity that they're pouring into something. And it's just like, wow. The unbothered energy just triggers them. What is the challenge in all this, though? King of Cups. Which is interesting, because this King of Cups, if it's a challenge, this would be like the perfect partner. Somebody that you'd like to get married to, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like, this guy actually isn't good for you as much as you think it is, or could be. Because yes, it is validating, but it's not necessarily like you're able to live your life, because it seems like all the energy is going into that particular individual. So this is like you almost lost yourself in them with it. And through the realization now, you're like, yeah, no, that cup you have offered me, that was fake. So then what's the outcome of all this? What's the outcome of this message? Well, that's off the table. What's the outcome of this message? Eight of Swords. So now you're feeling a little stuck in the situation. Because you kind of know what they're going to do and will react. And it's not the greatest and best of situation. What's this Tower card about? There's something here with this Tower card in regards to like your strengths. Tell me more about the Tower card here. Thank you. That's off the table. Tell me more about the Tower card. Ten of Swords. Oh, the realization of like the betrayal of who. This is just a mask revealed ultimately. You're like, oh, I see. You're not really actually authentic. It's performative. And what it's the energy of like, well, what did you expect? Look at what they did to you before. And continue to do to you. They had no respect. Zero. And you're here just experiencing it and tolerating it and just trying to make the best of a situation. And then when you speak up about it, all of a sudden they want to make it a living nightmare for you. It's like, wow, thanks. Can't even sleep. Can't even eat either. This person is just completely in a fight or flight response, but unable to move. They're in a fawn response. We got to learn more about this fawn response now. That's new. It's a fawn response. So it's a fairly recent, I think it's recent, compared to the fight or flight, but the fawn response trauma is a coping mechanism where a person people pleases to appease or placate a threat, often in an attempt to avoid conflict or danger. This survival strategy involves prioritizing others' needs, struggling with boundaries, and suppressing one's own emotions and desires to maintain a sense of safety. It is particularly common in survivors of complex trauma, such as those with emotionally abusive caregivers, and can lead to long-term issues like self-esteem, anxiety, and codependency. So you might seek approval, praise others a lot, you do things for them, even at your own expense. You may have difficulty saying no in this situation. So when this happened, the Seven of Wands energy happened, the Tower fell. You've been neglecting your own needs, feelings, and boundaries, unable to really feel like you can be heard and not able to speak up. And then people around you are trying to manipulate you and really take advantage of you with that. So that is something interesting. So it says here, while fawning can be an effective short-term survival tool, it can lead to long-term mental and emotional distress. This can cause hair loss. This can cause cancer. This can cause various issues throughout the body. This can cause a lack of focus at work, which then can cause a lack of focus in various other areas in your life. This can cause the Tower moment personally. So this is why it's so important to have a really healthy, living, peaceful, safe environment to be in, because to have a particular reaction due to just speaking up about something is just like, really? So y'all do just want to live in your mess. That's not my expectation of life and personally. A clear space is a clear mind, is a healthy mind, is an extension of who you are on the inside and the outside. And this is ultimately about giving yourself the best in life. And it seems as though those around you wanted you to just tolerate it. So the fawn response is a learned behavior that often starts in childhood and is a way to cope with emotional neglect or abuse. So this is why I was talking so much about therapy earlier. So when you start working through this, you no longer start fawning and you actually have big bravery, and that's why the strength card is here. And when you have this big bravery, you actually make the Tower fall and you turn the tables on them in essence, and you're like, wait a second, like I'm giving you a chance here, and all you're doing, and it's like, Really interesting to think about. And so you may be in a place right now where you're feeling a little stuck or tied down, unable to know how to get away or move from the situation. But this is the time where we're going to get one more card to go with the Eight of Swords here. Thank you. This is the time where you remain in your strength. Wow. In who you are, your expectations, the goals you have for yourself in life, and the way that you want to live. You don't have to go above and beyond to try to make that happen. It should already be. And although that may not be in all instances, you've created that for yourself, and it is easy to maintain. And so anybody trying to make a mess of that clearly doesn't belong. And that's not your responsibility. So this Queen of Cups energy with the Eight of Swords is kind of like in a space and place where she does feel stuck, and she's actually just waiting for someone else to deal with it. And that's when everything's going to change. Success arises because of it, and peace is found. Definitely a new beginning. Much more fun because of this. And so, a piece of advice, moving on. Ace of Cups, brand new connections, relationships. This is filling up your own cup. This is also having an overpouring of joy and happiness moving forward. I love this. This is actually trusting the environment that you've chosen. Now, what's the wisdom of this message today? It's about chaos and conflict today. It's about chaos and conflict. It's about the need to go. If that's habits, if that's actions, if that's personally, physically. But being really flexible in that, in regards to like adjusting, because that's what's going to bring joy and happiness. Just imagine a world where we can be present here and now, it's peaceful, it's joyful, we can relax, and then the rest of our dreams can come true and manifest. Like, life ain't that bad. So then what's the advice regarding this chaos and conflict? That's off the table. Chop wood. Oh my gosh, so the yin card flew off the table. We could still see it. Oh my god. Wow. That's cool. So that we are meant to see that. That's a yin card that is taking your time. So like off the table, stop waiting. Stop tolerating this. Stop trying to make yourself small and shrink and people please and make them comfortable in this. And chop wood is all about getting to work on it. That's really cool. This is like problems don't solve itself. You actively have to bring things up. And it's no place like home. Welcome to family. Brand new life. Holy moly, this reading just keeps getting better. So then, power to surrender card. What is the advice message for this? We do have two cards here that flew out here for you. Surrender your desire to control people. There is no control in regards to the situation on your part, but there could be perception on their side, thinking that they're being controlled. We do have to think in the moment, does it really matter? And some things, yes. We do not want fruit flies flying everywhere if you don't do your dishes. It doesn't make sense. That's just disgusting. And it attracts like pests and rodents. That's gross. But underneath here, surrender the drama. So how is reactions and actions of the situation adding fuel to the fire to make the flame even worse, to burn down the building? Like, there could be repairs done instead of burning the whole thing down. But here, the tower fell, so it seems as though the direction went real south in regards to one's immaturity, and instead of actually acknowledging, accepting, and just, instead of resisting, ultimately, things were made worse, and ultimately escalations were made. And now I do see with the resolutions that are happening in the situation, due to the understandings and taking strength here, there is going to be a collaboration, making a plan to make this better based off of your communications. The Tower moment will be received by this, and it's going to happen quite fast, actually. What else do we need to know about this? You can stay in your Queen of Cups energy. It's all going to work itself out. The ball is rolling on this. Wow, okay, I love this. This is an interesting message for you today. Thank you so much for joining me here. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you when I see you next. Bye.